while scrolling through my Twitter timeline and just documenting how Amazon workers, are constantly, literally having to pee in bottles, to go to the bathroom in a fucking bottle, these containers, because they are worked at such a high pace. They're basically penalized if they had to stop, go out of the way to use a bathroom somewhere. So as a result, these Amazon workers are constantly having to go to the bathroom in bottles because they are so overworked, and Amazon doesn't give them the opportunity, or more or less doesn't allow them to do that, or they would be penalized negatively.
So the Amazon people pee in the bottles.
Yes.
Why?
Well, let's look at this video and we'll see what they say.
What are you eating?
Plums.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Amazon delivery drivers forced to pee in bottles.
Oh, just fell out the truck. We're gonna leave it, well, you know what? That means another worker has to get it. So I'm gonna let you come pick it up. Tell me what this is.
Bottle of urine.
Whose urine is
my
it?
urine.
Why do you have a bottle of urine, brother?
Cause I don't have the time to stop. So I have to keep and I don't have places around me where all my deliveries are. So I have to keep a bottle for whenever I have to use restroom.
That makes you feel, man, that you have to do that, like as a human being.
I mean, shit. How the world is going, I do what I gotta do to maintain me and mine. That's pretty much it, I can't complain too much about it, because to me, my voice don't even matter that much,
Good body.
Do you have a bottle in the van?
I mean, yeah, but usually I throw them out.
You've had to pee in your truck before?
Yes.
Why?
Because most of the areas we deliver in, they don't have any bathrooms around there. And not a lot of people want to stop, and take time out of their route and get behind just to go pee. This is actually the second Amazon team I've worked for, and I've always done it.
And you've had to do it with both teams? Is it two different states or the same state?
Same state, two different warehouses.
Two different warehouses, same conditions, so you figure we'll see this across the country.
Yep.
This is the beginning of the day, and I'm not going to hold you up. Show us what you normally have to pee in. So when you're done eating, you pee in that.
Yep.
Right. It's more difficult. It's difficult. How does that make you feel as a human?
It made me feel a way, because for men it's easy. They can just pull up on the side of the road, whip it out and pee, but women have to squat. So of course I'm gonna do it in my van.
Do you know about the organizing in Bessemer, Alabama?
Is that a part of Amazonians?
Yes, it is.
I'm fully familiar with it,
Yeah. So you would think that workers who have to pee in a bottle would want to unionize.
We don't get that, so we're still dealing with the same things we've been dealing with. That's why I'm still holding this bottle of pee in my hand right now.
That was from Benjamin Dixon. So pretty.
Before I want to get out of the video.
Get out of here. Pretty messed up. And obviously, this stuff has been going on at Amazon for a while. Again, just another example of how capitalism is the virus. While, Jeff Bezos spent $5.5 billion to be in space, even though I don't think he was actually in outer space, for 4 minutes. Amazon workers are forced to pee in bottles because they are having to work at such a rate, like they'll get penalized basically for making sure they're taking care of their bodily needs, and as a result they're having to pee in bottles. Just how disgusting. Can't have one without the other. You can't have Jeff Bezos with spending $5.5 billion to go to space for 4 minutes, and then you have these Amazon delivery drivers, these workers, having to pee in bottles. Just how disgusting. And again,
Especially, I think if he was supposed to spend that much freaking money on that, he could have used that money to give to the drivers, because some gas stations make them buy something to get the key or the passcode or whatever. You could give them money and let them go to an actual bathroom for all the drivers, especially if they don't have anything, then they're gonna have to like hold it.
Yep, instead he didn't. Said he is a little pretend astronaut.
God.
And so this is what Bezos could have done with that. Saved 37.5 million people from starving. Probably would have been better, a lot better for his karma instead of wasting all that money to go to space. Save tens of millions of people from starving. Fund COVAX, securing vaccine for 2 billion people in low-income countries. Fully fund humanitarian efforts in Nigeria, Democratic Republic, Horn of Africa, Yemen. Fully fund International Fund for Agricultural Development. Fully fund Education Can't Wait. Help countries adapt to climate change. Plant up to 5 billion trees, which would obviously help climate change as well. So again, these contradictions are ever apparent, becoming increasingly clear in capitalism. You're going to have outrageous, obscene amounts of wealth in the hands of very few. Jeff Bezos spending $5.5 billion to go to space for 4 minutes, while delivery drivers, these workers at Amazon, are just faced with intolerable conditions, both at the warehouses and then these warehouse drivers outside of it having to pee in bottles. Like, these horrible things are going to keep happening unless we get rid of capitalism, because again, the profit motive is your only incentive. These things are going to continue to happen because treating workers so horribly, these companies, these capitalists, these people like Jeff Bezos are able to continue generating more money and more profits. Any last words, Christina?
How do you only be in space for 4 minutes?
Well, he just kind of went up and then they came back down. It wasn't really that exciting.
So basically kind of like a faulty one.
Kind
basically.
of, yeah. He failed and yet he still spent all that money. So.
Yeah. I don't think that's right at all. I do have a question for Todd. Are we going to be kind of not buying stuff from Amazon right this time?
We shouldn't. We should try to buy our stuff from other places, I think.
Okay. Well, because we usually don't buy from places who treat their workers wrong. So that's my question. I don't
try
think
not
that's
to
right.
eat at Chipotle very much.
Yeah. Even though we like their food, if
Not how they treat their workers.
Yeah.
So.
Especially Fritos, those workers.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And Fred Meyer. We're not going to Fred Meyer right now for this time being until they actually do start going on strike. We'll buy stuff from them right now, but whenever they go on strike, we're only going to buy from Target. So we're kind of in this process of not buying from people that don't treat their coworkers right. But I don't, even for an 11-year-old to think this is wrong, and him being, how old is he?
Who?
Jeff Bezos.
40, 50 something.
For him being that
Such a butthead.
old, being a butthead. But we're not him. I wouldn't spend that money to go into space, mostly because I think space is scary because it could blow up. Something could be wrong. But
And a lot better use for that money.
yeah, and there's like a bunch of better uses. Give to the homeless. Give to people who need food, water, clothes.
Schools, healthcare, hospitals, whatever.
Yeah, it could really help a bunch of people instead of him using his own money for himself. I mean, like,
Say, look how cool I am.
Yeah.
I kind of went to space for 4 minutes. Look
for
at
like
me.
4 seconds, I went up, I went straight down. That's all. I probably took one
Pat yourself
circle.
on the back, Bezos. You could have. You could have prevented
Helped.
37.5 million people from starving, but instead you went to space
Kind of.
for 4 minutes. Yeah,
You probably could do like one circle, then you'll be going
you're
straight
so
back
awesome.
down.
Not.
Yeah. But not. I mean, I would use my own money to like help my family, help myself, and help other people if I had that kind of money. We'd be like very fortunate if we did have that money. But since we don't,
but also to get that much money, look what how you have to treat people in the environment.
you need
get
to like
that, so.
help your workers, help everybody that really needs help, especially the people who are working under you.
Yep.
But
Agreed. Like the video if you like the damn video. Subscribe for more content. Become a Patreon if you're so inclined. All part of the people. Peace.
peace.